Hello, everyone. This is Fernando from Ignite Global. I would like to welcome all of you. I see many of our colleagues are joining in and some familiar faces and also some new faces. So I would like to welcome all of you to this session today. As you are aware, this is an introductory session for our professional coaching mastery certification, which focuses on group and team development. At the same time, as you're aware, it is a dual certification, which also includes the designation, the organizational development specialist using a coaching approach. So as you join this call, I would like to mention to you today, I have some of the faculty. We are 13 faculty members who will be delivering this program. Today, I have 5 of them joining with me to share some of their experiences and also to help you understand what can you expect from this program, and also how would it guide you through these both certifications, the dual certification path, as well as how it can lead you to credentials. So before we begin, if you would like to introduce yourself, feel free to send in the chat your background and your intentions to be here. So before we begin the session and hear from my colleagues and the faculty members of this program, I would like to invite each one of them to briefly introduce themselves. So if you decide to join this program, then you're going to know with whom you're going to co-create, learn, grow, and develop together. So with that, I would like to first invite Fran to introduce yourself. Over to you, Fran.
Thank you so much, Fernando. Hello, everybody. Welcome. So my name is Fran Bruning, and Fran is short for Francisco, and I'm based in France. And I've over 30 years experience working with international teams and in international environments with people from different cultures and backgrounds. And about 5 years ago, I stepped into professional coaching, became an ICF accredited coach, and I joined the Ignite program. And this particular program that we're doing now, I've since attained a master's degree, an MBA degree in coaching, mentoring, and leadership. And I did a dissertation and published a paper on AI and coach bots, the coach bot environment. And besides that, I am a great communicator. I enjoy working with people. My coaching style is based on empathy and trust. I'm also an executive coach as well as an empowerment coach on the life coaching side. So quite a big bubble of experience. Thank you, Fernando.
Thank you, Fran. And let's hear from Julie next. Over to you.
Hi, everyone. Thank you, Fernando, and welcome all to this introductory call. So I'm Julie Landau. I'm French. I'm based in Bangkok. I spent the last 14 years in Asia in several countries. So I'm coming from a corporate background. I spent 17 years in tech, and 3 years ago, I stepped into coaching. So I'm a certified coach. I'm certified ACTC and PCC, and also a faculty member for the ICTC. My mission and my passion is actually to help to have more women leaders in the tech industry, coming from this industry, and I'm really passionate about this. So I'm dedicated most of my time doing executive coaching for women in tech. I'm also coaching leaders across different industries. My clients are from the US to Australia, so I have quite a diverse base of clients, which is really enriching and nurturing. And yeah, so I'm an executive coach, a lead facilitator with Ignite Global, and I'm looking forward for you to join this program. Thank you.
Thank you, Julie. Let's hear from Kimunya next. Kimunya, before you go, sorry, I see that some of our colleagues and coaches joining us within the last few minutes. So I would like to quickly share with you that this is an introductory session focusing on Ignite Global's professional coaching advanced mastery certification for coaching groups and teams, which is a dual certification. Also includes the designation organizational development specialist using a coaching methodology. And this dual certification enables also dual credential path, both for PCC and ACTC credential, which we intend to discuss today. So as you are joining us, I just mentioned that we have 13 faculty members, including myself. We deliver this program, so we are going quickly through introductions of the 5 faculty members who are part of this panel today. With that, we heard from Fran and also Julie. They are very well-rounded background. And now let's hear from the gents, the faculty members. So Kimunya, over to you.
Great. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you are. My name is Kimunya. I'm based in Nairobi, Kenya. And sorry, my internet dropped briefly, and I'm glad to be back here. Yeah, so I have a diverse background with not-for-profits, working with for-profits, and for the last 7 or so years, actually eight years, I've been focusing primarily on coaching. And it's been an amazing journey, not just with my clients, but also it's been an amazing journey, you know, in my own personal growth. So I'm on a very simple mission, and every day I'm on a mission to co-create a world of hope, connection, and excellence. And I have worked with, for some reason, somebody has just said made some very weird background noises just when I came on, but I hope you can still hear me. Yeah, so as I mentioned, I've worked with corporates, with teams, with not-for-profits, and I've also served on various boards, advisory and executive boards. But beyond that, I'm just very, very happy and excited to be part of the journey today and to co-create something beautiful together by the end of today.
Wonderful, Kimunya. Thank you very much. And with that, shall we hear from Miroslavas? Over to you.
Thank you, Fernando. Hi to all the colleagues. Some colleagues that joined us already met in Lithuania. So I'm Miroslavas, and I'm based in Lithuania, in Vilnius. I am executive and team coach, and as well leadership and development partner. And I come from various backgrounds, of 3 backgrounds, so NGOs, politics, and businesses. I've been active in all those 3 backgrounds in different roles, starting from the volunteer and ending up in leadership, top manager, top leadership roles, being a elected politician for a number of periods, and as well being a top level executive, working in executive boards and advisory boards, founding, managing those organizations. At the same time, for those 20 plus, now already almost 25 years, I've been working in a role as a trainer. So being it in-house trainer for those organizations I was leading, or the outside trainer coming to different organizations. So I bring all this experience to this meeting and to this program that we'll be speaking quite soon. Thank you.
Thank you, Miro. Antanas, over to you.
Thank you, Fernando. Happy to see you all. So, Antanas, firstly, a father for the 2 beautiful kids, then a husband, and only then a business coach from Lithuania. So, happy to serve business owners to organize and profitable business. So, working in this field, have a background of 25 years in entrepreneurship, business in IT field. Today, my mission is to help actually SME business owners to build this organized and profitable business. And one of my mission and vision is to contribute to the happiness of millions. And I hope that through entrepreneurship, I can do that. So that's shortly about me. Fernanda, over to you.
Thank you very much, Antanas. I also see some of Ignite colleagues, our graduate coaches, alumni members, and also some of our professional network members here. So once again, welcome to all of you. And I also see Gochi joining this call. Gochi is also one of the faculty members. She's not taking part today as the panel members, but Gochi, if you are around, if you'd like to say hi, you're most welcome. Would you like to introduce yourself as well?
Hi, Fernando. No, I'll let you have it. My name is Ugochi. I'm based in Lagos, Nigeria. I'm part of the Ignite faculty, and I'm excited to be here. Thank you. Thank you.
Excellent, Gachi. The Gachi will be joining us in the upcoming sessions. As you are aware that we are doing 3 sessions. This is really an intentional journey as we dive into this practice, especially focusing on organizational development. It is truly a journey. And as we move on through this journey, before you make a decision where you would like to continue your professional development, we would like to give you a very good understanding what to expect through these programs. Therefore, we have 2 more sessions coming up in one of the sessions. So as I mentioned earlier, we will be focusing specifically today on the how is this program a dual certification? And I'll tell you the story in a minute. And then how does this program support you towards 2 credential paths? And in the next session, we will talk about, in the next 2 sessions, we will focus on specifically group coaching. How do we support you to become a group coach and deliver group coaching really from a professional depth, focusing on the mastery. And as you're aware, team coaching and organizational development goes way beyond the group coaching and also the individual coaching. So we will also discuss what are some of the complexities in team coaching and how is this model created, how this unique model is created through these 3 sessions. So today we are having the first session and there are 2 upcoming sessions. And if you would like to get to know about the program more before you make an informed decision, we invite you to join those sessions as well. All right, so with that, I would like to first invite you to recognize the fact that how well-rounded our faculty members are and also the diversity that we bring into this program. Because as you understand, the world is becoming more and more open and we often work within multicultural organizational contexts as the world expands. So I think it's really very important for me personally and professionally. It's very important. It's almost like for me, food for thought when we work with individuals, professionals from a diverse background. And I believe we are so fortunate at Ignite Global to be able to bring this diverse set of faculty members into this program. Which provides you not just only the technical knowledge, but also different understanding of concepts, different cultural awareness, and also it challenges our understanding, our belief system, and also how we approach the most beautiful work that we do as professional coaches. So I'm so truly honored to welcome all these faculty members. And also this is the very first time 13 of us are about to deliver this program. And in fact, all the faculty members have been through this program before themselves, and they themselves have seen the power, the value, and the credibility that it brings to their practice and themselves as a professional and also as an individual. So they have shown up here with this conviction that they have created because it has firsthand been helpful to them and it's already creating ripples based on our co-creations previously. So once again, welcome faculty members. And I also would like to thank all of you being curious and showing up here and wanting to continue your professional development. So I appreciate all of you for being here. And since there are a few new colleagues to Ignite Global Community, please allow me to very quickly introduce myself. I'm Fernando Hetiadre, the founder of Ignite Global, and I am very passionate about development in organizations, human beings, not just only from a corporate perspective, but I also am very passionate about the holistic development of individuals. So I focus on many different modalities. I'm a psychotherapist, a master certified coach, I particularly currently I have a very deep interest in working with people holistically, specifically in terms of expansion of consciousness, more towards a spiritual alignment in how we operate in the world. And of course, I think it's important as you talk about organizational context. I have about 20 years background having worked with organizations, and my work predominantly initially evolved around working with organizations as an executive leadership coach. My primary role with organizations I have worked with took the direction of building organizational culture and also conflict resolution. So as a psychotherapist, conflict resolution comes to me naturally, working around trauma, working around deep alignments within human beings. And lately, I noticed myself being more attracted towards spiritual therapeutic work I do. So these colleagues who are joining me today as faculty members are supporting me to continue that journey while also keeping my foot in the corporate world and also enabling all of you to be able to continue to develop as a professional catering to organizations and teams. Now, as I promised, please allow me to start this session with the story of Professional Coaching Mastery Certification. So when we were accredited with the ICF ACSTH training, this was about 8 years ago, I always find myself a challenge, and this is what I truly like in both personally and professionally, even spiritually. I always like a challenge. So we were delivering a lot of individual coaching, and we were also working with organizations, even delivering the coach-specific education to leaders in organizations about 10 years ago, but Ignite Global was established about 8 years ago in Thailand, where I am based. And of course, we serve our clients from around the world. As I was delivering coaching in organizations, I noticed the need for teams, groups to come together and also embody a coaching mindset and continue to develop themselves as a unit, work towards a shared goal. And at the time, ICF, as you're aware, the team coaching competency became available to us only just a few years ago. So 8 years ago, there were no team coaching competency or anything like that. The more I worked with organizations, the more organizations started recognizing the power of coaching. And also, they were very curious about how to bring this skill set into units of teams and groups. So I became curious in what is team coaching, what is group coaching. How I was also still a PCC at the time, so I was also very curious to learn more about group and team coaching. So what I did was I looked around and found some pioneering team coaches, group coaches at the time, though some of them were PCCs and some of them were MCCs. And I reached out to them and told them, can you please help me? Because there were no team coaching education as such at the time. And I asked them, can I be an apprentice? Can you be my mentor? Can I learn from you how to do team and group coaching? And I was very fortunate. I found several wonderful MCCs who took me under their arms and enabled me to continue to learn about group and team coaching. And it opened up new doors for me. In fact, personally understanding how to with organizations beyond my understanding of, let's say, the industrial psychology. I wanted to understand more from a practical perspective, embodying a coaching mindset in organizations and teams. And I must say, I was very fortunate to be able to mentor by these very well-known group and team coaches at the time. And then once I became familiar, I brought it to the organizations that I was working with. And it was very well received. Very immediately, it was well received. They started to see the beauty and the impact that it could create within teams, especially in terms of resolving team conflicts, especially creating the team autonomy, group autonomy, in a way that they can continue to do what they do to the highest possibilities, and also the ability from group and team, especially from team coaching, how it can strengthen learning and development aspects of organization, not just only about achieving goals and creating the income for the organization. They started to see that when we bring in team coaching, group coaching into organizations, there's a cultural change that happens, the empathy, the coaching mindset, the listening, the right type of inquiry being created within organizations, within team units. So as they started to notice this, I thought, why don't I create a program and elevate what we were delivering as ICF education to the next level as an organizational development specialist using a coaching approach, because the word team coaching, I felt it was too small at the time. So of course, what I did was created a program, organizational development specialist using coaching approach, and started delivering it. And again, very well received by professional coaches around the world. Then I thought, although team coaching is not something that ICF recognizes, how about I try and accredit it with ICF? So there were no team coaching competency yet. There were only the core competency, and these core competencies were 11 core competency, not the new model, the 8 competency model. So I took the chance and I submitted it to ICF to see whether they would accredit this team coaching qualification or not. And for my surprise, they did. So Ignite Global's, this program that we are talking about today, is not a new program. In fact, it was created and accredited with ICF even before the team coaching competencies were introduced by ICF. And then, of course, the suspension. The ICF said a few years ago, we are going to introduce team coaching competency. So you can imagine, I became a little bit nervous to find out what would this be? What would this mean for our accreditation? And for my relief, once when the ICF released the 8 competencies, the 27 extended competencies, I had this big sigh as I read through it, because what I noticed was our team coaching program, if not the organizational development program, was much broader in comparison to these 27 competencies that ICF introduced. So I was relieved, and it was a great confirmation that what we were doing was already very, very well aligned with what ICF was researching and studying and coming out as results with. And so I'm so grateful to all those mentors who supported me through that journey, and all those colleagues who challenged me at the beginning of this program to really create a strong program now that we are bringing to you. And of course, now the second hurdle. So as you're aware, every 3 years, every ICF accredited program gets vetted by ICF, and then it is re-accredited. There's a good chance if the program doesn't meet ICF requirements, some programs don't get re-accredited to continue. So I was a little bit, again, nervous as we came to the renewal cycle. I submitted it, and guess what? In 9 days, ICF re-accredited our program. It took just a very few days. That's, I believe, speak for the excellence that we have collectively being created. So this is the history of the program. And I think I also strongly believe, and for my knowledge, this program, Professional Coaching Mastery Advanced Certification for Group and Team Coaching, is in fact one of the very first few programs ICF accredited, and also in fact widely, which became available at an earlier stage. So with that story, I hope it inspires you to recognize the amount of thought, the intention, the value, the co-creation that has gone into it, and how the program has now evolved. Because of that expansive approach that we created this program from the very beginning, we decided to maintain the same expansiveness rather than limiting it to just the ICF new competency framework, which ICF also agrees very much. And that's why we are able to provide 2 qualifications, one certification and a designation, which is fully ICF accredited, Professional Coaching Advanced Mastery Certification for Coaching Groups and Teams, which is the ICF accredited program. And then it leads to the designation Organizational Development Specialist using a coaching methodology. So if you are looking at doing deep group and team work in organizations, if you're looking at not only delivering coaching within the organization, but also if you would like to focus on organizational development as a consultant, I believe this program might come in handy. I think now enough speaking. I know that you're very excited to hear from all our faculty members. So that's our time now. So with that, I would like to invite some of our faculty members to both share some of their experiences as they went through it. And also some technical questions. And I'm so deeply grateful that these faculty members, extremely experienced, with diverse backgrounds, agreed to deliver this program with me. That's my true happiness. So I invite, let's hear first from Miroslavas. So Miro, now that we just heard your professional caliber and the heights that you have achieved in your career, we would like to understand from you. I mean, you already came to this program with a lot of credibility, a lot of experience, right? So I am curious to understand from you. So as you went through this dual certification, how did that, I mean, someone of your caliber, very high caliber, how did that add to your credibility, confidence, and how you started working with organizations after acquiring this dual certification?
Thank you, Fernando, for the question. Yeah, and actually, now when I'm sending an email or sending a proposal to an organization, I have this designation in it. Leadership and development partner. Prior to this program, I was only executive coach. And I got this designation there only after the training. And definitely I got it because of the fact that I personally got much more confidence to be in that role. Yes, I've been working in organizations and working with organizations for quite a number of years, almost 25 years now. And I was doing and I'm doing still training sessions, strategy sessions, consultations. But this program, what it did, it definitely deepened the way I support leaders, teams and organizations in navigating complex change. What I've got during this program, along with some colleagues from this faculty, I got more knowledge, more experience, and due to those two factors, I got much more confidence to create complex organization transformational programs and working not only in organization, but as well on the organization, while definitely using coaching as not only as approach, but as a way of thinking, while taking complex situations that organizations are facing nowadays. And at the same time, I would say that this program as well enabled me to be more like a HR strategic thinking partner, discussing, proposing impactful programs from more, I would say, mature standpoint and perspective of systematic thinking and sustainable organizational change. And this is helping me quite a lot to speak with HR and organizational leadership the same language that I was lacking quite a bit before. And as well, due to this program and due to all these practices that we've been doing together, to provide clear process and definitely the relevant measures of success, and to combine different way of interventions into the organizations, not using not only the coaching, but along with the coaching and complementing coaching in order to provide a sustainable change. And speaking about definitely because I work mostly with the corporate world, at the same time working and with different state organizations as well. But working with the corporate world, I would like to provide some qualitative results. If we speak about what organizations are looking, or what the leadership of organization is looking in the programs, they are looking the return of interest, ROI. And myself, right after I graduated from this program, and I did it very recently, I can clearly state that I already onboarded 3 organizations with a long-term complex programs with a knowledge that I've got in this program we're speaking now. And I'm implementing this program with my educational partners and speak about the investment I've did. ROI is very, very good in my participation in this program. But main point I would like just to move and to state here is it's not only the frameworks, not only the way of thinking, it's not only the practice, clear understanding how to think of organization not as a coach, but as a support, as a resource from the whole organizational perspective. But the biggest issue that I've got from this program is that now I clearly understand and know that being a leadership and development partner, actually, after this program, for me personally, is not a rocket science anymore. And I do have full confidence in crafting and implementing impactful programs that bring organizations sustainable change. So, and I'm very grateful to be a faculty member. And as well, I'm really very grateful to have the possibility to bring this my experience to forthcoming program. So, Fernando, this is my very short answer to, to the impact of this program had on myself. Thank you.
Thank you, Miro. And this is the very reason why we have you here, because as program extended what you used to do, it also enables you to encompass what you were doing already into elevation of how you see. In fact, Miro, 2 things that you said really stood out to me. One of them, you said that it's not only that you work in the organizations, but now you are capable of working on the organization. I think that's the distinction, very clear distinction. Often, I think we need to focus on as we approach organizations, because often organizations prefer consultants, coaches who can provide them a wider service rather than just working with a few people or 1 or 2 leaders. Thank you, Miro. And the second thing that you mentioned, as you said, that you work now with organizations as a strategic partner rather than just as a team coach, right? There's an elevation to that. And I think that's what the second designation and the knowledge imparted in the program enables. And I think they are, as you said, maybe as I believe that our colleagues here, those who are new to potentially team coaching education, you may have already noticed that the group and team coaches could use a directive approach in organizational or the group and team environments. So often I see that sometimes this competency is misunderstood. So when you clarify this very clearly through a proper pragmatic education process, like Miro said, you're not only just delivering team coaching, but you're also becoming a consultant, service provider, a specialist where you can help them to strategize what they do. So thank you, Miro, for sharing your experiences and also bringing a wealth of knowledge. So I'm also very excited to learn from you. As you are speaking, I become even more excited to be a learner in this program finally. So thank you. And also other colleagues, those who are joining me today, our faculty members, is there anything that you would like to add in terms of how it increases you, how it elevates you, credibility, confidence, or any other aspect? Any of you faculty?
If I may say something, Fernando, I think for me, the greatest aspect for me is the credibility that it brings to the table, the confidence and the ability to actually increase, maybe not return, but the return on expectation of the organizations, what you bring in, what you bring to the table. I think that value added is something that cannot be minimized. So that's it for me. Thank you.
Thank you, Gochi. And I think probably our new colleagues here are also hearing some technical words. Both of the faculty members who spoke now mentioned ROE and ROI, return on investment, and return on expectation. So this is, in fact, I just saw in one of the platforms a coach asking, how do we do this? How do we bridge return on investment with return on expectation? Now, that is something we discuss in this program pragmatically, helping you to bridge the gap so that when HR, learning and development team, sometimes procurement team ask you, so what is the return on investment? You have an answer. You know how to confidently deliver it. For an example, that's one of the aspects. There are so many things, of course, we will be discussing, and those are certain nuanced elements you're already hearing that our faculty members are already using in their practice. All right, so thank you, Gochi. Thank you, Miro, for your sharing. I think it's very valuable. And now let's dive into a little bit of technicality. So as I mentioned earlier, that this program provides you dual credential path. Just to give you a little bit of background to understand what that means, instead of accrediting this program as a AATC program, which directly only can cater to ACTC credential, what we did was we accredited this program as a level 2 program. That way, we are capable of enabling you to go towards the PCC credential, ICF Professional Certified Coach credential, as well as advanced certification in team coaching credential, the ICF's newest credential. So because it's a level 2 program, a level 2 program directly caters to PCC program, and 60 hours of team coach specific education caters towards ACTC. So we decided to go with the level 2 credential accreditation so that we can help you build your skill towards both the credentials. And before I invite Fran to share some of the technical requirements, specific requirements about ACTC credential, I would also like to mention, if you are wondering now, so Fernando, if this program focuses on team coach specific education, professional development, how am I going to develop towards a PCC credential? Well, this is where our mentoring bundle comes in. We also deliver robust mentoring in a way that you are able to, through the group and team coaching program, you develop your team coaching competence. And then by going through a robust 6 months of mentoring program, you gain the ICF core competency development. So cumulatively, you'll be able to apply for both ACTC credential as well as PCC credential in one place. So instead of doing a separate level 2 program and then separate team coach specific program, you have two paths in one training. So with that, now that we talk about ACTC credential, since it's a new program, I would like to invite Fran to share some understanding with us. What are some specific requirements for obtaining ACTC credential? And how do we support at Ignite Global? How do we support ACTC applicants through this journey? Over to you, Fran.
Thank you so much, Fernando. So as Fernando mentioned, it's a dual program under the level 2 certification, and you can choose ACTC, which is the group and team coaching credential from the ICF, or the PCC credential. To go for the ACTC, you're required to have 60 hours of training from the ICF as one of the requirements, and this program gives you 65 hours. So you actually have a bonus of an extra 5 hours included in the program. And for the ICF, you are also supposed to have 5 team coaching engagements within the last 5 years before applying for your ACTC. And what's fantastic about Ignite Global is that they've got this incubator program. So you can practice and you can get those practice hours through the Ignite Global. So you can practice being a group and team coach. And Ignite Global, we support you with that at Ignite Global. We have this incubator program, and you can be part of it. And you are the group and team coach together with other faculty members. So this is a very huge plus. I don't know of any other coach training provider that's giving its students, sorry, I got tongue-tied there for a minute, it's giving its students this opportunity to actually have the hands-on practical experience. And also you need 5 hours of coaching supervision And we've got 2 MCC coaches, master credential coaches, Fernando, who's on the call, as well as Benita Stanford-Smith, who can provide you with those supervision hours that you need. And of course, then you need to write the ICF exam. So this program is also totally ICF accredited, following the core competencies of groups and teams. You've got to be compliant and embrace the ICF ethics, of course. And yes, it's not just the technical side, because there's also the human connection. The program gives you the opportunity to connect with the people in the group and the faculty, and it just broadens your whole scope as a group and team coach. So there are different facets and different modules, and that's why we have such a big faculty, because we all have our speciality. So you're going to learn where the faculty has their strength, their strongest points. They are going to share that with you. So you're going to get very high level training through this program with us. Me, for example, I enjoy a holistic approach as well. I love working with metaphors. So I will specialize in sharing how to work with metaphors, especially in a group and team coaching environment, to help your coachees reach a different level of understanding and harmony. Thank you, Fernando.
Thank you very much, Fran. Yeah, in fact, you're very creative. So I'm very excited to see how you bring the creativity into this program, as you have done during many of our preparations and also going through the program. And also, I'm particularly interested in your background, Fran, as you have completed your master's degree in AI related to coaching. Sorry, please forgive me if I'm not saying it right, but I'm very excited learning about those aspects, because it's also a reality. Now, as you may be aware, colleagues, as the AI chatbot started being introduced even a few years ago, not necessarily even recently, we noticed even large organizations started replacing human coaches with chatbots. So there's also that tendency happening. So the human element is becoming even more important nowadays, regardless of what kind of niche we are operating in, what kind of organizations we work with. So I think Fran's unique background also gives us an opportunity to not only her creativity, but also her technical knowledge around this research that she conducted on how AI is playing a role in coaching would also be very valuable. So once again, Fran, I'm also very excited to learn from you as well. So Fran very particularly mentioned that we also provide you the opportunity to work with team coaching and group coaching clients. So for an example, now if you look at Geneva and Sandra, these 2 coaches completed the program recently, and we run the incubator program for them. This is hosted in Ignite Global website, right? They share their video, and then we have them to a registration process. So that means we reach out to our mailing list, inviting them to choose to opt to work with you, because we have a large mailing list where professionals, leaders, coaches, therapists, consultants, those who are looking for opportunities like that. So we also provide you some group and team coaching delivery experience within the program, so that what is required, as Fran very well mentioned, what is required for your ACTC credential is going to be completed to a certain extent, to a great extent, in fact, within the program itself. And also, I would like to invite you to recognize now, when every time a new credential is introduced, ICF is usually a little bit lenient around the requirements. Now, I got my ACC like 2 decades ago, and at the time, what were required have completely drastically changed to today, what ICF is expecting from you. It has changed several times. So what ACC, PCC, MCC used to be 20 years ago is where ACTC right now. So what I'm really trying to say is that if you are really seriously considering obtaining ACTC credential, it is very lenient stage at the moment. So you could take advantage of that before it becomes too complex, where ICF may start asking for 50 hours of team coaching, 100 hours of team coaching and group coaching. It's 5 at the moment. You only need 5 supervision hours. So there's, I think, a lot of leniency, flexibility there. So if you are seriously considering being in organizational context, this might be an opportunity for you to also obtain the ACTC credential if that is something that you aspire towards. Thank you, Fran. Very helpful understanding it, especially from your perspective as you have been firsthand being a participant to begin with and then transition into become a faculty member. Thank you. Let's continue to hear from our faculty members. I think it's really important that we talk about credentials. It's important we talk about certifications and all of that. But I know in your heart, you are not here because you just needed a credential or you just needed a certification. You are here because you truly intend to create value, impact, and do what you love the most at your best with organizations, groups, and teams that you work with. That's why you are here. So if you could really hear from our faculty members, those who have been former trainees, former coaches who have been through this program, I believe that would give you a first-hand understanding of what does this mean to you in terms of your impact. So I would like to invite I would like to invite Antanas. Antanas particularly work with entrepreneurs, SMEs, business owners in helping them to grow their business. So I would like to understand, Antanas, from your perspective, having gone through this program, how did it enable your expansion, your credibility, your confidence working with entrepreneurs, SMEs, and business owners?
Thank you, Fernando. So first of all, yeah, what is the most important word for business owner is the credibility. So at least that's what the answer I got when I was finalizing my MBA from my entrepreneurship teacher. So he said, what is the most important? So it was credibility. So I would say that this, course, this program really helped me to get this kind of credibility in the corporate world. So I am now invited in more discussions about culture, about strategy, about leadership teams, and that's actually happened. Yeah, just the market seeing what I'm doing and just inviting to the conversation. And then, if we speak about this practical way, and I really liked your Fernando metaphor about this open the door. So for me, this program is open the door to the international market. So today I'm sitting in the Thailand, yeah, waiting for the our meeting of the I see Julie Miroslavas is smiling, yeah. So we will be meeting with the international team, and that's actually the first step for me to go internationally. So, and this is really practical things. What helped me? This program helped me. The third, you said confidence. So I believe how it helped with the confidence is actually I got some kind of structure.
No.
Yeah, Raimonda. So I had some kind of structured approach. So I started to approach the companies. I got this structure in the school. Yeah, I was starting to sell to this kind of programs and now we have the result, the engagement of 8 months weekly engagement with the team in big organization in Lithuania. So it's real result which I actually got during the our experience. And actually 5 proposals are on the market, so I'm waiting for the results. So it's really like touchable things which yeah, Miroslavas was telling about ROE. So ROE already as well fulfilled. What else I think is important, and I should mark it and name it, was this co-creation experience, international co-creation. So how is nice was to co-create together. It was not learning, yeah, it was not teaching, it was co-creation. We were creating, we were practicing, and then actually I was implementing. So because I'm doing this, weekly meeting where I'm driving the groups, and it was like you get something, you reflect, you trying to implement, you coming back, you sharing with the team. So really enjoyed that. So thank you, team, for having this experience. And now we are inviting to have you who are here and who will be listening the video join this international experience. And I would believe that, for me, it was like really big door opener. So thank you for that. Yeah, I think over to you, yeah, Fernando.
All right. Thank you, Antanas. And in fact, as you were saying that there were some moments during our experiences, the co-creation experience came up to me. I remember you coming back and sharing, this is what happened, this is what I did, and then we reflecting on that. And I think that's the power of, not only Antanas, all of you bringing your own experiences back to the training experience. And I think that was extremely powerful. In fact, I must admit that I learned from each and every, that's the advantage of being a faculty member in many ways. When you get to experience international set of professionals coming and working together, every time I go through this program, I end up learning the most of the time. So that was a very powerful experience, Antanas. Thank you. I quite literally remembered some of the moments that we had laughter, we had some moments of anxieties, recognizing, oh, we need to sharpen here, we should do this, right? The feedback session. So I recall. So thank you for bringing back some really great memories, Antanas. Thank you. And all the best with
Thank you.
those 5 things that are out there, the proposals out there, and also welcome to Thailand. Come to Bangkok. I want to see you really soon in person.
Me too.
Yes.
See you.
All right. Thank you. So now, now that we are talking about experiences, I think let's hear from Julie. So Julie joined Ignite Global. Julie, if you don't mind me providing a little bit of an introduction, having completed her ACC level qualification, and she was looking to work towards a PCC. So I remember when we first met, I remember meeting you at Sheraton Hotel in Bangkok when we first met with my sister. And one of the first questions you asked me was, Fernando, so how can you said that you as a leadership coach, being in IT and working with organizations and leaders coming from organizations, you said it's really important for me to have this team and group qualification, but at the same time, an immediate need is PCC front. How can we do that? And that's how we started the conversation. So, so congratulations, Julie. Since then, of course, you have achieved your PCC seamlessly. So we would like to understand from your perspective, since you have already accomplished this milestone, we'd like to understand from you, how did this program, specifically a group and team coaching program, supported you to not only complete that qualification, but also apply for PCC and become successful through that?
Thank you, Fernando. And it's funny because actually I was going to talk about our first meeting also, and this journey has been not only professional but also personal. And when you meet, with people and you get inspired and you feel there is a connection and you want more, that's exactly what happened when we met the first time. And I feel lucky to be in Thailand and got this opportunity, because I know that we are a lot of people are across the world. So yeah, and I think it took a few months before we connected again, and I came back to you and telling you about my willingness to do the PCC and the team. And I remember, like going, so after onboarding, just feeling to be part of a community. I think that's the first feeling I got when I joined Ignite Global. Really feeling part of a community where you belong to. The fact that it's a diverse and cross-cultural environment. I've been, in Asia for 14 years, been working in 4 countries, leading team across 15 countries, and it was really important for me to have this diversity. So that was the really personal part. And then going through this PCC journey, I realized, that the PCC is not just ticking boxes, and it's really about embodying this coaching mindset. And through the program, that's exactly what you do. I love the focus on real practice, and the fact that we have real coaching sessions, that we have live demonstrations, and the continuous feedback. Like, you keep nurturing us with continuous feedback on our practice, on other practice, and we are learning all together. And that's really strong, and it helped me to sharpen my presence, my listening, questioning skills, and to feel more confident actually about going through this PCC journey. The second thing that I love, and I know it was a bit challenging because I came to you and I said, okay, I need to achieve my PCC by this date. And you were so confident about it. And the support I received from your team to make sure I was going to be able to get everything on time was really incredible. And I love that Ignite is supporting us seamlessly. So the mentoring bundle, so it's helping us, to provide to submit the recording, to know where we are, to identify which area we need to improve, what we need to focus on, and so we keep moving forward. We keep progressing through this mentoring. The second thing is also the fact that you have these assessors, so we don't have to go through ICF. So everything is managed by Ignite. And so it's really seamless. And that's the only reason why actually I did achieve my PCC on time. It's because you provide this seamless experience about the mentoring, the submission assessment, and also the exam practice. So yeah, it was a really a challenging process. But it helped me to also find my authenticity, to find my voice. And I learned so much from others. I think the live sessions were really tremendous in this process. And the community, it's more than just peer coaching. I can even say that I made some friends actually within this community. And today I can use what I learn and apply it to my executive coaching, and I find my approach mixing, what you learn from PCC and my authenticity, and to complement it with ACTC for me is really powerful also, because I believe in group coaching for women. And as my passion and my mission is really to elevate women in the tech industry, I see group coaching as one of the accelerator actually to achieve my mission. So yeah, I'm glad I joined this program, and I'm super excited for the coaches who are considering it, and I hope they will be joining us really soon, and learn from you and learn from others. Co-creation is really a strong word to summarize this program. Thank you.
Wonderful, Jolie. This is the very first time I'm seeing our faculty members speak like that, and I really love how our language is so very well aligned in terms of co-creation. And Jolie, it's such an honor to really have you as a faculty member, considering your extensive leadership experience, and that is truly what is going to enrich this program. Like you said, working in international environment is important to you. It's all like the food for thought. I think we all have that kind of approach in terms of being lifelong learners. And that's the very reason why when I particularly cherry-picked all of you to be in this environment, because I could see that reflection in you, that you could bring value to a global audience, diverse audience. So I'm very grateful that you are here. And once again, congratulations for completing your PCC in a very short period of time. And in fact, I remember Julie's recording. We in fact had a large masterclass and invited our community to listen to Julie's PCC recording because it was such an exemplary session. It gave us so many learnings. So thank you, Julie. As much as your engagement with Ignite, it was both ways, really, truly, in terms of as a learning opportunity. So really appreciate. All right. And I hope that this conversation is insightful, inspiring to those who are joining us. If you have any questions, feel free to send them in the chat room, and I'm happy to divert them to some of my colleagues who are here. And also, now that we are continuing to talk about the program, we have one more insight to discuss where Kimunya will talk to us about how do we bridge ACC to PCC. And before we do that, I would like to quickly let you know our next cohort is due to start on the 21st of October, and it will run until 20th of January. So that's the program time. It includes very robust e-learning component, pre-recorded classes, pre-recorded videos, pre-recorded classes, some coaching tools, agreements, reading guides. A lot of content is available through our own e-learning platform. So as soon as you enroll, you can begin your education immediately. Even tonight, for an example, we will give you access to our e-learning platform within about 24 to 48 hours, and then you can immediately begin your learning journey while you are waiting for the live classes to begin. And the live class format is 12 live classes, happens twice a month, almost every other week, and the dates are already pre-decided and they are available through our website. And the reason why we deliver it, sorry, I think it's weekly sessions now. We changed the format a little bit. Please forgive me. So it's 12 classes that will run. And what we do really is, as our faculty members will come, share their knowledge, experience, discuss about technicalities, we also invite you to truly embody the practice then and there. And one of the feedback that I often hear from those coaches who have been in the program, often after 5th class, 6th class, they go back and say, Fernando, you're group coaching us more than teaching. I hear this very often as you go through that experience. So you naturally embody that energy because you become very familiar with how we create a group environment and working together. So I'm excited for those coaches who continue to professionally develop and want to join us. So we look forward to bringing that kind of powerful, enriching experience to you as well. So with that, I would like to invite Kimunya to share with us. Kimunya, what are some of the requirements and how do we bridge between ACC level certification, level 1 certification to level 2 certification and enable the PCC credential?
Thank you very much, Fernando. And I think in terms of the bridging itself, even before we go to the bridging, maybe I could just share how I ended up in this program. I was having a conversation with a master coach, and it was a social event. Our ICF chapter was having a social event, and we're just exchanging information and ideas. And I remember at that time I was working towards applying for my ACC. And after a while, she looked at me with this funny look and she asked me, "Why do you want to do your ACC?" And I said, "Oh, well, I gave her my answer." And she went like, "I would recommend that you go straight for your PCC because from my engagement with you, I do not see the value of you doing your ACC." And at that point, I'd just done my level 1 certification. Then it was ACSTH hours. I think I had done 65 hours. And therefore, my excuse at that point was that I didn't have the prerequisite 125 minimum hours for PCC application. Long and short is she convinced me to up my coach training hours. And therefore, I went, of course, on a hunt for a relevant program. But the program that I wanted to be in was one that was actually going to give me more impact or help me to drive more impact at team and group level. Because I was saying, yes, there was impact at executive coaching level, one-on-one, but I was seeing organizations who are really missing out on the collective team efforts. And that's how I ended up reaching out to Fernando. And long and short is that I registered for the program and successfully went through it. And the graduation is coming up soon. But the bridging, what was attractive about these specific programs as opposed to all other group and team coaching programs that I saw, was the fact that this had, will I call it a human element? It looked at my previous certification or training and welcomed it into the program for me to be able to upgrade, from a level 1 to a level 2. So the bridging was so smooth. It did not feel like I was just doing an additional program. It was bringing in the experience that I've gone through and adding it to what I was actually going to experience through the team and group coaching program at Ignite. And what I found with the program was not only was it beneficial to me, it was very robust. There was individual mentoring, but there was also group mentoring at the same time. So we got to learn from each other as participants in the program, but also we got to add value to each other. So in essence, what we ended up living with was much more than just the value, the value that we paid for the program. Because we ended up with more experience, we ended up living very, very practical, with very practical knowledge that we could immediately apply. And as Miro, I think, had mentioned earlier, is that I have actually seen with this now bridge the fact that I'm now a group and team coach. I'm now seeing clients looking at me differently. I am able to be very confident in selling myself, in engaging with clients, and beyond that, I think my colleagues have also mentioned there's credibility in the program. The credibility the program gives you, there's a connection the program gives you, there's a co-creation, and then the fourth area that I would maybe want to highlight is creativity, because within the program there's so much creativity that comes out of it. That you're able to even now, as I'm looking forward to doing my PCC exam, I am able to approach it with a lot more confidence because of the creativity that has been instilled in me through the program. And talking about the applying for the PCC, the one aspect that is totally embedded within the program is that you have access to a professionally designed PCC mock exam, and you have unlimited attempts within 30 days of starting registering for the mock exam. So you'll have multiple attempts at the mock exam within the 30 days. And that I think I found very, very, very attractive, because again, it also helps me to have the right mindset before I even apply for my exam. Maybe one other thing that I'd like to mention is beyond the ability to bridge to a level 2 training, is the fact that now, and I think Fran had mentioned this, because you, through the program, you apply when you're applying for your PCC, the recordings are assessed internally with Ignite. So that drastically cuts down the application time, the processing time, from 18 weeks if you apply directly with ICF, to approximately 4 weeks, which is very helpful. And also the cost implications also. I think there's a cost saving of around $500 from the process. So in essence, I would say my biggest highlight of beyond everything else I've said is just the personalized support, the guidance throughout the entire PCC credentialing journey, but also the ACTC credentialing journey, because within this we were able to get 5 hours of mentor coaching for the ACTC accreditation. Yeah, I can say much more, but I think I'll leave that for now. Thank you, and back to you, Fernando.
Thank you, Kimunya. As you were speaking, again, I was on a memory lane, how we built a relationship, friendship, not just only, the educator or being in a program together. And you will be here in less than 10 days in Bangkok celebrating the graduation, and many of you will be here. So I'm very excited. And one thing that I also would like to highlight for our new colleagues, those who are here, at Ignite Global, you're starting to already recognize, as you see the passion our faculty bring to this program. I think this is something that is contagious. What we mean by that is the professionals who find Ignite programs are truly coming from a place of their heart. They are truly positioning themselves because they are truly passionate about what we do, and I mean what they do. And so am I. I really, really mean what I do. I do things with dedication, commitment, passion. And I think, as Kimunya and many of my colleagues mentioned, that we have built a team together where we really work so seamlessly. Even the communication team, even just before this session, we were talking how well our team is working, and sometimes our logistical team, support team is 2 steps ahead of us. And we were just talking about it today. So you can expect that level of detail. So you're not just engaging with an institute. You can think about it as joining a professional community, those who care, those who support you, those who provide individual attention. And that is absolutely very important to me. The reason is, I remember I would like to invite all our colleagues to share some experiences of themselves going through this program. If there's any highlight as our final inquiry today, and if any of you have questions, we are very happy to answer. So please allow me to start. Fran?
Sorry, I didn't want to jump in. Go, start. Sorry, Fernando. Continue.
All right. Is it something related to what we are just sharing right now, Fran?
Yes, yes,
Okay.
absolutely.
Why don't you go ahead?
Just to add on to what Kumunya said about the friendships and the connections. When I did the incubator program, I was one of the to do the group and team. So the coachees that were in my group, two of them, the one was in Singapore. I met her in person in Spain. I'm living in France. The other one was also based in Singapore, and I met him in person in Switzerland. So it was just the community and the international community, how people come together and friendships are created and business connections are created, and your network has just grown. So it's not just about the learning, but also the personal development. So I just wanted to add to that and share that.
Thank you, Fran. Really appreciate. And in fact, as you said that it catalyzed a thought in my mind, one of the graduates, one of our alumni members once told me something very interesting. She said, Fernando, you have created a soul supermarket. I asked, what do you mean by that? And then she said, it's like a free soul supermarket. I can just shop anywhere, any country, and I can find some alumni members from Ignite, and they can connect so beautifully through the soul. So I'm hearing that resonance all the time as we speak. So speaking of, as we are coming to the end of this session, I'd love to hear from all our colleagues, our faculty members, some insights that maybe they recall, moments from the trainings, moments from our co-creation. I'd like to share this with you as my final sharing for today. When I first engaged in my coach education 20 years ago, one thing I noticed was that it was done because it was a business. If not, it was upsold. You do this, and then if you didn't do this, you're not good enough. And if you do that, and then if you didn't do this, you're not good enough. I was sucked up into an environment like that. I don't appreciate this kind of experiences. I rather prefer robust, holistic, wholesome experiences because I value quality experiences in life. I prefer premium experiences. To be frank, I like luxury experiences. I like wholesome experiences. And I'm willing to invest in things like that. Because I know the taste of such experiences, I am committed to only creating such experiences. I don't like someone to turn around and say, what a cheap program, what a cheap person Fernando is. That's not my repertoire. And I think our colleagues can confirm that. So I really like taking care of people because if I'm at a event, if I'm at a hotel, if I'm at a gathering, I like the host to take care of me. I like them to welcome me, appreciate my presence. So when you join at Ignite, I guarantee you, we welcome you, we appreciate you, we provide you a premium experience. Also, although the fee is not necessarily a premium tag, I would say. So with that, I would like to hear from our colleagues, if any of you could think of something that you'd like to share as a gift or something that stands out to you from our journey. You're most welcome, colleagues. Miro?
Can I start? Yeah. Yeah, so while you've been asking this question, I was just reviewing my notes in my iPad after the session, so during the sessions and notes I've taken. And actually, one word was repeating itself along the whole journey in this program for me personally, and this word was emotions. And actually, during my journey in this program, I definitely got tremendous experience related to emotional side. After my ACC certification, I was still alienated, a bit distant and a bit afraid of tapping deep into the client's emotions. Yeah, so I can recognize it, can bring the question back, and then okay, let's move somewhere else. Yes, so just to move according to some direction and so on. And definitely this program was a kind of huge in terms of impact for me, while getting feeling comfortable with emotions when they arise, the emotions in the coaching space. And actually, it doesn't matter if those emotions arise or emerge in the client or in myself. And this program definitely helped me quite a lot in order to recognize emotional signals, name them, and allow space for emotions without judgment. And what is very important in my case, without avoidance. So, because I was, as I mentioned, feeling myself uncomfortable, working openly with the client emotions. And definitely, speaking in terms of practical parts, I do think, and I'm getting the feedback that even with those persons with whom I was working one-on-one prior to this program, and I'm working still now, that I got a better emotional presence, that deepened awareness, definitely strengthened trust in my coach-coachee relationship, and therefore enabled for more authentic and transformative conversations. So it's not about avoiding or controlling emotions, but definitely it's about working with them, creating space, and having it as a valuable source of, I would say, insight, connection, and growth. So I'm really grateful for this program from my point of view, and for the help of all of these faculty members, because we've been working on this, co-creating this together, of this emotional part of coaching that is now much more present in my interactions. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Miro. Actually, I didn't even really think about it until you just said that. And I think I'd like to add a word there, especially my background as an eclectic psychotherapist, and also specifically focusing on trauma. I'm a trauma specialist, so I work with people who have trauma. So of course, that means you're working from the roots of emotions, the root causes. And that's something that I bring to this training. I'm realizing, Miro, sometimes I don't even realize it, but I know that I challenge all of you with the emotional aspects of it. Yeah, I'm so glad. And thank you for that feedback. So we continue to strengthen that aspect as well. Thank you. Faculty members, other insights? Antanas and then Julie.
Okay, actually many insights, so I need to choose, which one now when I started to, write them. So first of all, I remember the first sessions, like organizational development specialist versus just a team coach. Really wide, really like increasing confidence, like understanding like that you're not just, coach, but you're doing something bigger. So first of all, this was like just at the start. So this how to say it, this highlight was really transformative for me. The second, if I can be, how to say, a little bit vulnerable here. So engagement, which we were running, and when I was doing this practical group coaching, and it was the feedback like, Antanas, there was no coaching. It was a facilitation. It was so strong for me, when I got such kind of honest feedback. And everybody can facilitate the team, but who can coach the team? And it's a really big growth for me, was personally, because it's like honest, vulnerable feedback. And and now I am vulnerable sharing that. But thank you for that. So, and that's what happening actually in the team, and I wanted to mention that.
Thank you, Antanas. I
And
do remember that moment. I just
yeah,
got
it
to ask you.
was
So, Antanas, where's the coaching? I
yeah,
remember that question so
yeah,
very well,
that's was
like last
yeah.
night. Yes. Thank
And
you.
yeah, and if I may, because it's so valuable, like another one was like conflict resolution. I was really not clear for me, like what to do with the team when the conflict appears, like how to approach that. And we learned how, yeah. We learned what to do when the team actually going through the team coaching engagement and what to do in this conflict. Like really insightful things which you are learning through practice. So that's my insights. Thank you for that.
Thank you,
Kim,
Antanas. I think
yeah.
being able to demonstrate the vulnerability that is required from a coach, even in this space, is
Mm,
commendable. So I really appreciate. Thank you, Antanas.
thank
Julia,
you.
over to you.
So thank you, Fernando, definitely sharing what Miro and Antanas said. I want to add on this that is more about the self-learning, because we didn't talk a lot about this part, but I was really impressed actually when I logged the first time on the platform and I start to go through all the video, because I did my ACC with another school, so and I'm not here to compare, but the quality, the excellence, and the standards you are raising through the self-learning are really high. And yeah, I was really impressed actually by the way how it's organized, by the time you have spent to create this content. And we can definitely say that you want to share all your knowledge and your decades of experience. And I feel that, yeah, it was so powerful. I kept, going back and and rewinding and like almost like transcripting everything word by word. But I think that definitely helped to build the confidence and to embody a coaching mindset, because as I say, it's not about ticking box, and being a PCC achieving this level is not about being able, to automatically respond to an answer, which is the exam but is actually not this at all. And through all this self-learning video, through all the knowledge you are sharing, it really helps to embody this mindset. And you are not in the practicality, you are really focusing on how we can build our own mindset. And it's not, becoming Fernando. We are not here to become Fernando, and we cannot reach your experience and your 20 years of experience and your background as a therapist. But we feel confident that through your knowledge, we can take what we need and build on that for our own coaching mindset and our own practice. And yeah, I was maybe thinking, because you provide this bundle and everything is managed by Ignite, that it will be easier. I think actually it's even more challenging, because definitely you want us to be at your level of expectations and standards, and that was really powerful to elevate my coaching. So that's my feedback.
Thank you, Julie. I feel humbled. I think the quality that is in you is what you see in me. So really appreciate. Fran, Kimuna, Gochi. Kimuna, over to you.
Yeah, great. I think on top of what my colleagues have mentioned, I would say I came in for the certification. I left I left with healing, personally, healing and wholesomeness. And I think what that has done in terms of my engagement with my clients is that I'm not just able to engage with them as a professional coach, as a certified coach, but I'm able to have real human, honest conversations, connections with them. And because of that, then I'm able to be more creative with our work together. Yeah, so on top of the learning, the experiences and all that, I think that is what I would say I really took away from the whole experience, both with the training, but also with the engagement with my classmates and also my colleagues here. Thank you.
Thank you, Kimuna. What a beautiful saying. Came for a certification, left with healing. Wow, that's so powerful. And that just really moves me. Really honored. Thank you.
So I can add something else to that. Somebody mentioned earlier, forgive me, I don't recall who, but it's not just ticking a box. It's not just ticking a box to get your hours for going for the PCC or the ACTC, whichever certification you want. It's much more than that. And it's about the connection, the learning, the expansion, as Mira said, the emotion. It's just this massive big puzzle with all the pieces, and when you do it, it's just the picture comes together and it's just beautiful. So I love metaphors. I told you I love metaphors. So there you go.
Beautiful, Fran. Thank you for being such exemplary as you're sharing your insight. Really appreciate. Gochi, would you like to go share any insights? Unmute yourself, please.
I think for me, the first
Yeah, okay, yeah.
the first thing for me, Fernando, when I got into Ignite, and I was coming from another coaching school, was just how relatable you were. How, I don't know, you spoke and you were like interested in my life and my progress as a coach. Where I was coming from, I finished my ACC and I was lost. I didn't know what to do after that. And then I came to Fernando and he said, you do this, that. And I haven't looked back since then. So minus the connections I made, minus the friends, minus the learning, was the person who was behind it. He was human, he was vulnerable. Sometimes we'd be in classes and Fernando will just tell you how it is with him. I remember the first time I saw him, actually emotional, I was like, oh dear. And then after some time, I got used to it. Could now be vulnerable. So for me, apart from every other thing, the knowledge I got, the skills I got, the confidence I have today, is that the person who is behind the organization is someone who has a heart to just allow everybody to be the best version of themselves. So back to you, Fernando.
And thank you, Gochi. You almost made me cry there. Thank you. I think the human element in you is what was resonant in the human element of me. So those aspiring coaches, those who are here, we want to share our heart with you. We want to share our experiences with you. And I have just shared the link to our program in the chat. Take all your time. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. You see that we have a very rich faculty members. If you want to connect with any of these faculty members and then ask about their experience and want to learn more about program, if you want to connect with me, please know that we provide you a complimentary strategy session. So you're most welcome to come. Like Gochi said, you can tell us where you are, what your needs are, everything. And as you can see that we are really interested in finding our tribe. And also, as Fran said, if you're looking for just a paper qualification, Ignite might not be your place. But if you're looking for a wholesome, holistic, truly a developmental journey beyond just ticking a box, then I would say, thank you for knocking on our door. The door is open. You're most welcome to go through this journey with us. So with that, I think, thank you very much. We are so honored that you spent this 1.5 hours with us. We don't see any questions in the chat room, so I believe then things are clear to you. And we also look forward to welcoming you to the next 2 sessions if you would like to attend and join us. And we will try to be a little bit more even educational during those 2 sessions, where we will dive deep into a little bit understanding what is the complexities of group and team coaching when you approach it in the real world. With that, I would like to once again thank my colleagues, the Ignite faculty members, academic partners for being here and sharing your honest experiences. I think it's very important in enabling our new professionals who will be joining this program to make an informed decision. So with that, I send you my best energy. Look forward to co-creating with you, and faculty members very excited to begin this journey with you. With that, I wish you all the very best. Thank you for joining us. Bye for now today. Thank you.
Thank you.